today. It's the National Football League. It's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Gunners taking on the Salt Lake City Elks.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we hit Week 10 and we've got a good one in store between the Salt Lake City Elks and the Houston Gunners. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they're still in the midst of a good stretch here. Winner. And we are underway from Houston. This taken in at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a young man making his first NFL start.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. They'll look to throw now on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to get this down near the 25. 2nd and 2. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Gunners are on the board first here this afternoon. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good gain on first, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Gun, he'll hand this off. Oh, what a move. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. Looking to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Stiff-armed him. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They can still get a first down without scoring. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. That's complete right around the 8. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Second down and inches. Out to his left. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. They'll set up a throw. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards. That catch pulls him level all-time with Terrell Owens, who finished with 1,078 receptions. So now he's at 1,078 and rising. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Elks have moved out in front. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. And now out comes Houston. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. Throw left side complete. That's Phillips. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get away there on third down, the pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will knot us up at 10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now on first down. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Second and 3. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's second and 3. They'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab as they have taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Houston set to take over.
They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive.
And that's why you spend a 1st-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Gunners are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Little loft on that touchdown pass and sort of dropped it in the breadbasket perfectly.
Right in the bucket. And when you're coming out of college and you're a rookie in the NFL, sometimes you forget about the different types of throws you have to make. You just rely on your fastball and throw it as hard as you can all the time. But in this situation, he understood and threw it in a spot where only his receiver was going to get it and no one else. That was pretty.
Santos with the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now because...
Well, now he's stripped. He lost the football. It's going the other way.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Well, Houston's offense taking over again. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his man on the outside. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And Davis has it over the middle. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So on fourth down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Looking left side, and it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And he comes back with one complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll begin in the state of Texas, an AFC South matchup between Jacksonville and Houston. And it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. The Texans trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
So we thought maybe they would have a chance to extend this lead on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, they cough it up.
Obviously not an ideal start when you're trying to get a little separation, and I can guarantee that they talked about that in the locker room. Let's get out there, start this quarter the right way. Let's try and put some points on the board and create some space.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it second down. Back to throw. His throw incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
A handoff, and the ball is knocked out, and the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turned the ball over. Terrible.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
66 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them
off out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And when they look up at the scoreboard, this will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
And it's caught. Touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Elks go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
So pass interference, the call there, always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And another drive starts with them huddling in their end zone, Charles. Where have we seen this before? Very recently, but the last time they had it backed up like this, they took it the length of the field.
Hard to do that once, let alone the idea of doing it twice. But, of course, that's the goal. So, as a secondary deal, get 2 first downs. Help yourself with field position and help your defense out.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The throw over the middle taken in. And they work this out past the 25. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Second and 9 now. Got his open man, it's Carr. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, they'll run it here. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
126 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And now out comes Houston.
Last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
And some room to work. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So they bring out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll look to throw here.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This is White on the screen. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now here's a throw that's complete. So the pitch and catch good for 11, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll set up a throw, and that is incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw here.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
They'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this one complete on the slant route.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First down now, but that clock rolling. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. He's got White here.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And they will take a knee here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Salt Lake City, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.